I like how my still picture up in the corner when I joined has me picking my nose. So I just get to look at that little picture of me picking my nose.
I'll make that the cover photo of this episode.
It's gonna look kind of like this.
Perfect.
Mine is different.
Oh, mine shows me
Mine
picking
is
my nose.
you looking slightly off camera and your hand is a blur.
I don't talk with my hands. Stop it.
Podcast about bourbon and the ones who drink it. This is Bourbon Matters. Welcome to Bourbon Matters. I'm Jake.
Go Pack Go. Oh, I'm Dan.
Fuck you. I'm Gold Eagle Jake. Good start.
And this is Bourbon Matters.
These guys seem a little salty.
I'm surprised it took this long, and I now I know why, because you were saving it until we started recording. Normally we get shit talk from Dan about the Packers right away when we log on. You listen for once. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Jake, what are we talking
All right.
about
Well, this is a podcast about bourbon. We're talking about bourbon. We're not talking about football.
Yep.
Good thing for the Bears fans.
Yeah. For real. So tonight we've got like 4 or 5 backlog episodes worth of like comments, and then some other like listener questions, comments, things like that we want to kind of walk through and talk about. So I know a friend of Dan in the show, Kyle, submitted a couple good ones.
Ish. Good ones ish.
Ish. Let's start with the more fun one. Get us warmed up. What's the most annoying word in bourbon today?
Jake, you want to Gold Eagle Jake? You want to take this one first? Give us your most annoying word in bourbon today.
I feel like that's too easy of a question, and the listeners already know
For
what
you,
I'm going to
obviously.
say. Yeah.
What's,
I mean, we could
what's
spend
that
a
word?
whole episode just talking about this one word.
We have. I
The
think.
word is
Yeah.
we have. Yeah. The word is allocated. That's the most annoying word in the bourbon world today. Do we want to?
For
I mean,
you.
we obviously
For
should
you.
break
I-
that down. Well, I feel like not just for stores. Like that has to be an annoying word for even you guys who are in the bourbon world that don't hear. What do you have that's allocated every hour of the day? Like
Yeah,
define
I think people are-
allocated.
I think Buffalo Trace. That's all they need to say.
Well,
I
so
think-
that
That's
is
what they're all thinking.
that is most people's definition, because
yeah.
you guys. I mean, you guys know more than the average person, but the average person would not believe how many people come in and just ask straight up, "What do you have that's allocated?" Or like, "Where's your allocated stuff?" Or "Where's your allocated section?" Or "What do you do with your allocated stuff?" Like, did you look at the shelf? There's at least 10
You should
things
just-
out here.
You should make an allocated.
There's
shelf.
honestly, we should,
He had allocated
we should,
tables for a while.
but I feel like that would blow like the credibility, but it would be very
Yeah,
good
that's
for
true.
sales
Yeah.
when people come in and they're like, "What's allocated?" Then it's like, "Here, go look at the shelf." Like, technically, there's 25 plus items right now on the shelf that are allocated. But most
Yeah.
people, when they come in and they ask
a
what's
lot of
allocated,
people-
like they don't care that it's allocated. They care that you're giving them something that is not on the shelf. So what we really
Yeah, I
should
mean,
do
I
is
think
have
that,
like a
like-
shelf in back of stuff that's already on the
Well,
shelf, and then when they ask what's allocated, we can go grab them something from the back and give it to them, and then be like, "Here,
Yeah.
here's something that's allocated."
That's why, like, when people say, "Do you have anything allocated?" I think what they really want to ask you is, "What do you have in the back that you're hiding?"
Yeah, I was gonna say I think most bourbon consumers that are hunting prefer that word because it sounds better than asking them what's in the back.
Yeah.
And
Or what if
you're
you
asking someone
had-
what's in the back? You haven't been at that store long enough to get anything special that they might be holding on to.
Or you just haven't been in
So
the
I
bourbon
think
game.
that's why-
Like
Yeah.
you're
For
new
more on
to
that,
bourbon.
listen to
If
last
in
week's
2025, yeah, if it's 2025 and you're still asking what's in the back, you're definitely new to bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Or just haven't learned over the last 2 to 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
so-
New to bourbon.
Dan, do you have a different word that you think is super annoying?
There is one that I'm becoming more and more annoyed with. I'm not going to say it's super annoying, but one that I've become more annoyed with. Finished in.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of just random people just trying to put something in a different whiskey just to create another SKU. We've talked at nauseum about different finishes and different people that do a lot of finishes. I just think it's saturating a market that I think at first it was very exciting because it was something new, and now everyone's tried all the different finishes of French oak and Mizunara and Amburana, and everyone's done that. And now there's like you walk into a Gold Eagle store like Gold Eagle, you could probably find 5 different things finished in Mizunara or Amburana or whatever. It's like I think just one of the markets I'm tired of seeing finished in. You guys know me, I'm old crotchety. I like a good bourbon just the way it is. So I'm tired of seeing a million fucking finishes out there.
Yeah.
So,
well,
Jake,
you're,
Dan, I
Gold Eagle
agree.
Jake, I know it doesn't agree. You do? What?
No, I was
You
gonna-
disagree.
no,
thought
I
you
was-
were totally gonna.
I was gonna say I agree, and it's probably one of the few points that you make that I do agree on openly.
I'll take it.
So
At least on the show.
I
you agree
think-
with me.
at least on the show. Well, I agree because of one thing. I think because over the last couple of years, there was a shortage of whiskey, and there wasn't, it was kind of hard to find 8+ year bourbon for the past 3-4 years, maybe minus the last year. It's become a little easier. So what do we do when we have a bunch of new distilleries that are getting a lot of momentum, that have a lot of good bourbon, but it just needs a little extra touch? We finish it, and that's what has been trending in the last couple of years. Amburana had a big moment. Mizunara had a big moment. Maple had a big moment. There's a bunch of different finishes. French oak definitely had a big moment. There's a bunch of different finishes that kind of caught attention and caught a little bit of momentum. And when you have a bunch of 6-7 year bourbon that is good, but maybe needs a little extra touch or needs to kind of stand out amongst all the other 6-7 year bourbon that's flooded the market, you need to try to do something different. And so I give props to these distilleries for trying all these different finishes and coming out with different SKUs. But I do agree we're at a point now where there's 9-10+ year bourbon coming back to the market in terms of being available. And a lot of these finishes are fads that are going to quickly fade away and end up being closed out within the near future.
Yeah, I mean, like we've talked about how like we do want to see more experimentation, but I think like all the good barrel finishing experiments have basically been done, and we know which ones are good. We can kind of move on from that.
You know which ones you like. I wouldn't say which ones are good.
Well, yeah. I mean, no one I think is going to
Well, and you also-
permanent Amburana SKU going forward because it's so divisive. Like there's certain ones that people are just.
I think you also
like
find-
Jake said, just going to kind of go extinct. But
Yeah. I think you also find brands that you trust with finishing. And that's a big thing because certain brands tend to be known for over finishing or possibly even under finishing. But there's certain brands And Dark Arts, I think, is a great example of a brand that has a ton of different finishes. But every time I've tasted one of their finishes, it's well balanced. It's not overdone. It's something unique and different amongst all the other finishes of that same type.
Yeah, and I think that's the differentiator is like the quality factor in the finishing process.
The other word I was going to use was dulce de leche.
Who has said that?
You, obviously.
Besides
Jake, do you have
me.
any?
I was waiting for that.
Jake, do you have any words that you think are overused or you're tired of in bourbon?
Yeah, oversaturation.
Oversaturation.
Yeah, I'm sick of hearing it out of your mouth every
I think
week.
I think the word you're looking for is glut.
Yeah, glut too.
But that's
I forgot that you prefer glut.
I prefer the word glut. That's what Everett talks about. It's a glut of whiskey, which is true. All right.
This is actually a really good one. What's the best bourbon to grab when getting a cocktail in a restaurant?
So let's make this easier to decide because this could go a lot of different ways. So for ease of this, let's say they have a cocktail with a signature whiskey in it, a signature cocktail with whiskey in it. What whiskey, if you could have your druthers, would you want in that cocktail for their signature cocktail?
So I even think it's depending on the
Jake,
cocktail.
you can go first.
But
Right, I know. It all depends on the cocktail.
I mean, I was just going to say,
if you're going and getting a signature cocktail.
It really yeah, it depends more on the cocktail and what cocktail you're using. Because I certainly have whiskeys I prefer in a old fashioned versus paper plain Manhattan. But I think the easy answer for me is Knob Creek 100 proof. It's 100 proof. It's inexpensive, so they're typically not going to upcharge. It's 9 years old. It naturally has a lot of bold, oaky, vanilla, caramel flavors, so I think it already brings a ton of power to the cocktail. And I don't like drinking a cocktail where it just tastes like it's already watered down on my first sip. I want a little backbone and punch behind it. So for me, I look for something like 95 and higher, and I think Knob Creek 100 proof is a perfect, easy go-to for a wide variety of cocktails.
Jake, what about you?
Usually I will go with Bullet Rye.
I figured.
Because everybody usually has it. It can go in a bunch of different stuff. If I'm gonna have like one cocktail, I'll go for something a little bit higher proof, like 100, 105 or something like that. Mm-hmm. But like, if I'm like at dinner or like out, I'm gonna have like a couple. I'll usually do Bullet Rye.
You don't go out though.
No. But previously,
in his past life,
in a past life,
I'm gonna go a little bit different way on this, and I am going to say I would prefer a signature cocktail or whatever whiskey cocktail that the bar has to be made with something local. If I'm going to an area, I want to experience that area. I'd rather it be something local. I don't know about you guys. I don't drink a ton of cocktails. Well, I know you guys drink a ton of cocktails. I hardly ever drink. I'm more of a neat guy. But if I'm going to a place, especially if I'm traveling, give me something local. I will have no problem paying $1 more if it's a local distillery versus Bullet. Just because you said Bullet. Like, I am more than happy to pay an extra $1 to get something local in the area just for more of the local flavor. I don't care the name brand. Just give me what it is locally. That's what I want. I want to try the local whiskey. I want to see what the local culture's like. That's what I would prefer. Plus,
I respect
local
that
craft distillery.
Yeah, same.
I respect that.
A good answer.
I mean, I would get a cocktail and I would get a neat pour of something local, but I respect your answer.
I usually do both. I usually do it in a cocktail. Like when I was at a restaurant out here called Eight Settlers. I got a cocktail that was on the menu that looked good, and I said one neat as well. But Jake, you better be careful. That's two things you agreed with me on so far. Like back to
I know
back,
I'm
too.
dangerous
You
rabbit
okay?
hole we're going
You're
down
getting
tonight.
married soon. That's the problem.
I need a welfare check.
Jesus. All right. Jake needs help.
All right.
Help me.
Help me. Help me.
Next up, my nephew asked or said it would be cool if you guys talked about bourbon history, more like stories and less about the actual history of bourbon. Like what happened during Prohibition, things like that. Like, who are some like pivotal people, in the industry. So we
How
totally
old is your
agree.
nephew?
22.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like we have like a 10-year-old asking for bourbon
No.
history.
Hey, you know what? If it is a 10-year-old, at least it's history and not like advice on which ones to drink.
Yeah. No, he asked me which ones to drink to.
I mean,
He listens to you? Oh, poor nephew. Jake's nephew, drop me a DM. I'll hook you up with what to drink.
I told him to get Woodford Double Oak if he wants something that's like nice and easy to sip. Elijah 18's never gonna hurt.
Parker Heritage, Mellow Corn.
you're like the guy that came into the store today and was like, "Hey, I got my son getting married in a couple weeks. He gave me a list of bourbons to go out and try and find." And I'm thinking, "Oh, great.
No, he didn't.
What do we
That's
got now?"
bullshit.
This is a made up.
No, this is 100% true. I mean, Dan, this happens almost every day.
Weird. How
Almost
someone else
every
gets
day.
married every 2 weeks from now, and they have a specific
Yeah,
list of bourbons they want.
Yeah, and guess what was
Definitely not
on the
someone
list?
hunting and trying to get something. Elijah 18.
Blanton's Gold, not regular Blanton's,
Yeah.
but Blanton's Gold. Michter's 10-year. Showed him the regular Michter's. He's like, no, he only wants the 10-year. And
I want a hand
what
job
was the
from Cindy
last
Sweeney.
one?
Can you hook me up with that too, Jake?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
Yeah, I don't want just a hand job, only from Sidney Sweeney.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it though. If that's as much as I can get, sign me up. Not gonna complain.
Yeah, but that's the customer where I'm just like, yeah, I'll help you pick something. Like, oh, Knob Creek 18-year was another thing on the list, and I'm just like, well, I got this Booker's batch here. That would be a special
He's hunting
fun
for a
bottle to
collection.
open.
That's not a kid's way.
that's not
Yeah.
He's looking for. You got lied to again.
Or his kids like.
Well,
a
I mean,
piece
like,
of shit.
you-
like, hey, Dad, go buy me $300 bottles of whiskey.
No
Well,
one can find.
because I feel like that tactic like isn't so far off, because a lot of times they'll just Google search and then be like, oh, I can buy it right here. Like, it's $300 for this bottle of, or $400 for this bottle of Blanton's Gold, and it's for my son's wedding. Like, that's fine. I'll go ahead and buy it.
Yeah. Don't do that, for the record.
Well, yeah, definitely don't do that. You're gonna
There's-
cause one of your parents to buy something way overrated and overpriced.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You can buy something for $100 that's just as good, if not better.
Fighting Cock almost took it down in the blind for $17.50 with the VM Cock code.
The Juggernaut.
All right, Jake. Load us up with another feedback or question we need to discuss.
Oh, wait.
Alright.
So before we pass over that question, I just want to say that is a phenomenal question about the history of bourbon and Prohibition, and we kind of talked before the episode and decided that we should dedicate a whole episode to this. So we are going to plan that out. It might not happen for a couple of weeks, but that's definitely in the plan to talk more about the history during and right after Prohibition.
Yep.
Good suggestion, Jake's nephews. There seems
Yes.
like there's at least one smart person in that family now, so that's good to know. I mean, Jenna's in, but by marriage, so it doesn't really count.
Let's see. So frequent commenter and listener Patrick on YouTube said in the tier list episode that the Penelope Estate 10-year regularly takes down Old Forester 1928 in blinds at his house, which I thought was interesting.
1924.
Since Jake was so
I'd say
or
1924.
1924. Sorry. So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I don't think I rated that one very high.
Jake did.
Did we even
He was
put
the only
that?
one.
Was that in there? The Penelope Estate. I don't
Old
think
Forester,
was in there.
The Old Forester was.
Penelope
Penelope
was
was
not.
not.
No.
The Penelope was an exclusion from the list. So Patrick, thank you for pointing out our fellow.
But that's also a pretty hard one to find.
Yes.
Oh, and Pappy 10.
We were talking
Michter's 10 isn't?
more.
Yeah,
Well,
Michter's 10 is so
I
easy
mean,
to find.
we've never gotten a bottle of the Penelope Estate
Gotcha.
10-year, and not whatever. Like we threw those Michters and the Pappy in there just because you have to have a bar to compare other things to, but. Just want to throw it out there that we did say like more findable, and that's probably why we forgot it. But yeah, I don't think I've tasted it. I've tasted some of the Penelope different projects.
Yeah, I've never seen
So
a
I
bottle.
can't really
so
comment too much on.
Glad to know that you think it's better than Old Forester. That's kind of why me and Jake R thought Old Forester was kind of shitty and ranked it down pretty far. So,
Yep.
Guy that runs a liquor store doesn't think so, but what does he know?
I mean, I'm still a
know.
fan. I think to me that's a good easy bottle to sip on and drink on, and I would never complain. Maybe is it a little overpriced? Yeah, maybe, but it's still to me a solid drinker. And different batches have been a little hit or miss, but overall, I'm still sticking with it's a solid pour. Not something that you need to overpay and hunt down, but it's good when you can find it.
Yeah. I can't find the comment anymore. It's like I don't know what YouTube did. They like really made it difficult to find like all of the comments in one place all of a sudden. But I know there's been a comment that's been out there for a long time now, asking if we could do an episode about rums. I know we had talked about doing like a series of world spirits episodes, and we are still planning to do that. So hang in there.
Well, I've got another guy for that.
We just have to do our research.
I've got a guy for the
Convince
rum
Dan
episode
not
for
to
sure.
Bitch about it. Yeah.
But rum would really be a good one because the running joke for 20 years in the rum industry is that it's going to take over whiskey, and it still hasn't, and there's still no signs of that. And it makes sense why it would, because you can get a 21-year-old rum for $50, but you can't find a whiskey anywhere near there. But yeah, that's another rabbit hole. We'll have to dedicate an episode or two to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know what we should do is one of the world spirits we should do is Malort.
Malort?
Mm-hmm.
It's an American spirit. It doesn't count.
I mean, technically, doesn't it come from Switzerland?
Does it? Actually? Or...
I think.
No, it comes from Chicago, Dan. You're a fool.
No, I know it's made in Chicago, but I think the recipe comes from Switzerland or one of the Scandinavian countries.
I think we have to get someone from CH on for that episode. We have to get someone from the distillery and dive deep into Malort, and there's no reason not to, since we're located most of us are located in Chicago. Podcast is
the best one
home in Chicago.
While Malort itself is not a Swiss product, the Swedish spirit is based on and was popularized in Sweden and brought to the U.S. by Swedish immigrants such as Carl Jeppsson.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Still a Chicago
Learn
product.
something new.
You said while it's
Fuck you,
not
bro.
a Swedish product,
Well, it's not made.
so
in
you were
Sweden.
wrong.
I said it was of Swedish descent. And a Swedish immigrant
I don't know.
named Carl
We got
Jeppsson.
We got this recording. We can go back. You said
Yeah.
it's a Swedish product or something more along those
Swedish
lines than it
liqueur.
was. You did not say
It was a
Swedish
recipe.
descent.
Swedish recipe,
I don't think you said that.
which I said that it came from Sweden.
Which it did
that
not.
says that it does came from Sweden. It was brought to
No.
Sweden by an immigrant named Carl Jeppsson.
Inspired
You ever heard-
maybe by
No.
Sweden.
Brought by Carl Jeppsson. Have you ever heard of Carl Jeppsson? You know anything about Jeppsson?
Brought to Chicago and invented in Chicago.
Brought to Chicago by a Swedish immigrant named Carl Jeppsson. It was a Swedish recipe.
Okay, so
that he
nothing
brought-
made in the U.S. then is made in the U.S. because everyone is from another country and came here and made it.
No. There's people that are native to this land.
All right,
Hmm.
let's go. Let's move on.
Lots of people that are native to this land.
Yes,
Call
thank
them
you.
Native-
Thank
call
you
them
for the
Native
history
Americans.
lesson, Dan.
And when Columbus, who was like the fifth or sixth person to get to America, thought he was an Indian, he called him Indians instead of Native Americans. It's a free history lesson for the day boys.
Let's see. Patrick also commented on our NDP episode.
Patrick is like an all-star for us.
He is. He comments on almost every episode.
Can
so
we
thank
send
you,
Patrick a Bourbon Matters Glen Karen, Jake? Can you just give him sort of give him one? That'd be awesome.
I can. Where's he located?
I don't know. Patrick, DM us and we'll get you a Glencairn.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. I'm just giving away Jake's money. By the way. I love doing this.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the podcast.
I mean, you know what? It's a
Peer pressure
what, a
Jake into
20
coupon codes and
$25,
giving away
$30
Glencairns and
$25-$30 marketing budget to hopefully get some more comments. I mean, we've been asking for comments. We love the comments. Like you guys are the ones that we decide to get on here every week and drink whiskey and talk about whiskey. It's a lot
And to be
it's a lot of
fair,
work, but it's a lot of
not
fun.
not everyone that comments is going to get a Glen Karen, but I will make Jake give some people.
No,
that
definitely
give
not.
Glen Karen.
But we appreciate the continued support. We appreciate the ideas, and you guys are the ones that drive this podcast forward. You're the ones that drive us to keep doing this podcast. So we definitely appreciate the engagement.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
Congratulations,
happy to
Patrick.
give up
He's also
$30.
going to send you a happy 12.
Yeah, good job.
He's not going to send you a happy.
That'll come from Utah.
yeah.
If I win a lottery, I'll tell you what. If I win a lottery and get a Pappy 12, I'll send it to Patrick.
All right,
Mark
we're
it-
clipping
mark it
that
in
and
books.
saving it and archiving
Yeah, save that
it.
one. I'll do
Yep.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. 100%. I'll do it.
All right.
Not
so,
for Kyle though. That doesn't go. For
yeah,
Kyle.
Kyle doesn't count.
Fuck Kyle.
So
Gotcha.
Patrick said maybe this will be proved wrong, but it just strikes me that in any given year there is a flavor of the day NDP. Currently, it's a rare character, and to a lesser degree, up and coming River Roots. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that because I know we kind of did touch on that in the episode, but not too much about kind of. There does seem to be a little bit of like a revolving door of brands coming and going, and getting hot and then kind of fading off.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not wrong. And I think that was kind of the basis of the episode is like, there's always going to be another NDP that comes about. And it's just kind of like what we were talking about with finishes. It's like, what's going to be the next finish? What's going to be the next NDP? Something that is new, something that is grabbing attention, something that is becoming popular. It's not necessarily the best, but it's just people always want what they can't have, and it's something new and shiny, and that's the next thing that they want. I mean, Rare Character hit it the nail on the head. They hit really good. They have really, really good whiskey. They have really, really good marketing with the wax on the bottles and the stickers that go on the front of the bottles. They kind of just came in right at the right time with the right age statement with good whiskey. So I think you're absolutely on point. River Roots is another brand I've been hearing about that is kind of not really into Illinois yet, but will be very soon. And yeah, there's always going to be good whiskey to go around, and it just kind of depends on who's hot with their marketing and their branding at the moment for who's going to get all the light shined on them.
Yeah, I've wanted to try River Roots because the chef Michael Simon is like a partner. I really like his like cooking shows and stuff.
You ever ate at any of his restaurants? I've eaten at a few of his restaurants.
No, I haven't.
He's a Cleveland boy, so if you're out in Cleveland, you can find a bunch of his places.
Yeah, he
Well,
lives
I'm
out
gonna
in
really good
Ohio.
burger.
Yes, I'm gonna go through Cleveland soon.
Yeah, you should
Give me some
He
Rex.
has like a lot of really good recipes and stuff.
He had a really good burger joint, but that closed down called B Spot. And that was whenever I went out to Cleveland, that was always one of the first places I hit up was B Spot. So,
But yeah, I just like haven't pulled the trigger on any of them because they're all super expensive, or at least the
Well,
ones that
and-
were
and
like
you gotta-
available to order. So
You gotta remember with these NDPs, like it is the same stuff that Rare Character's selling, that Beautiful and the Damned is selling. I mean,
Yeah,
essentially, it's the same whiskey. Now, what they're doing to finish, what they're doing to blend, is different, but most of it is the same stuff. Just marketing and hype plays a big role. So, in my opinion, there's no need to be like, oh, I gotta try River Roots because the whiskey is the same in a different bottle. Like if they were
Yeah.
distilling their own, that's a different story, and you might need to go and stretch and grab a bottle and see what it tastes like. But you know what 9-year MGP is going to taste like. You know what 10-year Kentucky bourbon with XXX mash bill is going to taste like.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's always hard to tell which one's going to explode. One of the easy ways to tell is watch the winners of like Minix Ascot Awards and where all the double gold winners are, as well as the San Francisco World Spirits, because you'll have one of these NDPs that ends up winning a couple awards, and then everything goes off the shelves for that NDP because they're small.
yeah.
Like I remember I was trying to figure out which one it was. I remember there was one on Ascot Awards that was it's all single barrels, but Barrel King won a ton of awards at Fred Minix Ascot.
Oh yeah,
So again, all single barrels, but stuff like that you'll usually see. Like you'll start hearing about it, and then it'll win a bunch of awards, and then it's the whole thing until the next award season comes around and someone else pops off with the awards.
yeah.
That's the
All
thing.
right.
Like, yeah, next wave is coming. The next brand is coming. The current brand that's hot and that's new is going to enter everything into those awards contests, and then you'll see what they win and how it goes from there.
Yeah. All right. From last episode, we have Jason from Nebraska. He's saying that he's pretty deep into the bourbon hobby, but only about two-ish years in. He said also, like our lists, his chase list is much different than it was when he started out.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say we should try and predict. He's 2 years in. What do you before we get to the rest of this question? Let's just see how well of a picture we can paint. How well we know not just our audience, but like the evolution of the bourbon hunter. 2 years in, what does he have on his shelf that he's wanted that he's got, and what is he still looking for?
Well, I know.
What do you guys
so
Oh, Jake knows. Gold Eagle Jake. What are you thinking? What do you think he has?
So
already.
I think he has Taylor Small Batch, Blanton's, Eagle Rare, the standard Buffalo Trace stuff. If you're 2 years in, that's kind of what you hear about.
Also,
that's what you chase
He's also going
for.
to have some of the Elijah Craig barrel proofs on his shelf.
Yeah, maybe, but like
And-
I don't know. I think if you're still rather new, you weren't going for the barrel proof stuff right away. I think your heart is just set on like all the Buffalo Trace 190 proof stuff, and that's what you
That's
think
fair.
is the best, and that's what you look for. I could be wrong, but I'm sure he's had some of that, and he's by this point has discovered single barrels and store picks and has kind of gravitated more towards looking for good store picks. And I think on his wish list now is like BTAC and some of the older age stated Van Winkles.
Okay, so I agree with you on the BTEC side. I have a question. I said Elijah Craig
Mhm.
barrel proof, and you said no, but you think he has single barrels from stores that are barrel picks. So I'm confused.
Yeah,
of
what's
why he?
confusing about that?
Because you said that the higher proof is why he probably wouldn't have like Elijah Craig barrel proof. Yet he's got.
I mean,
barrel
not all barrel picks are high proof.
picks. Majority of them are though, aren't they?
I mean, I'm sure now it's. Well, so I also said now at this point he's looking for like barrel picks, whereas before he was looking for Buffalo Trace average stuff.
All right, yeah,
like
yeah. So
and no, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think right off the bat you're going to be looking for Elijah Craig barrel proof. You're going to be looking for Elijah Craig toasted 2 years ago if you're new into bourbon, and you want like 94 proof. Hard to find 2 years ago. Now it's easy to find.
Okay, so that's what we think he has, Jake. So go on with the question. That's kind of the picture that we're.
All right, here's the big reveal. I started chasing the Sazerac Buffalo Trace bottles.
Boom.
Did hunting and raffles to obtain ones that I had never had or tried. Started mainly with bourbon, but have gotten deep into ryes now. Sagamore, Michter's, lots of the MGP, River Roots, Dark Arts, Rare Character, like aged MGP ryes. Don't usually go from store to store locally anymore because it rarely pays off. Online purchasing at stores like Gold Eagle have garnered a little bit better finds than hunting locally, which I guess for Nebraska probably makes sense.
Oh, yeah, because he's ordered stuff. He ordered our barrel pick, didn't he? I remember that.
Yeah, he did.
Had one. Thank you.
Nice, thank you.
So yeah, saying that he'll still nab stuff like Taylor Barrel Proof or BTAC or whatever, which I think everyone would take one of those if they had the opportunity. But he does feel like he matches up with Gold Eagle Jake a lot on tastes and taste profile. His favorite Beam products to date are Old Overholt 11 and Booker's The Reserves, which he says he believes is a little off profile for Beam offerings. But he's tried a few different Bookers. That the Reserves is his favorite.
The Reserves is ridiculous.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one, I don't think. Is that a newer one?
It came out at the end of last year as like their limited edition 2024 December whiskey.
So is he looking for like other things to get into?
Yeah, so one of the things he said is there are some outstanding ryes out there, Dan. Don't stop trying them, especially some aged ones. He recommends Sagamore.
I like this guy.
I don't.
Michter's 10 Rye, which you do like that one, right?
I do have that one. I like that one.
So he also wants you to recommend some Whiskey Acres products that he may be able to order from Gold Eagle. He said he missed out on the last Gold Eagle barrel pick, and he's tried the 7-year.
No, we still have it. We still have the last barrel pick.
Oh, do we? Okay.
And it's phenomenal.
You're not part of Gold Eagle. You can't say we.
Does Gold Eagle?
We have the rye barrel pick, the high rye bourbon barrel pick, which is the only barrel that Whiskey Acres has released with rye instead of wheat. And that barrel is phenomenal. I'd highly recommend that. Still have it. We still have the maple finish. We still have the cigar blend. We have a couple bottles left of the 7-year. And I'm saying this for Dan. so he can step in and.
Yeah, I got your
Recommend
website
what he
pulled up right
wants.
here. Know how to work a computer.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I mean the cigar blend was very tasty.
I
If you're
was on
into that,
I was on the fence with the cigar blend. I will say from my
The
time
cigar
there, the
blend-
7-year. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the cigar blend is like not typical cigar blend. To me, it's more like the Dark Arts Blunt blend. Like it's more like thirst quenching. Like if you want something that's a little juicy and thirst quenching, it is a phenomenal pour.
yeah,
But I agree with you on the 7.
yeah.
My
The
favorite.
latest 7-year is also very good.
My favorite the last few years has been their 7-year. I've been a big fan of that. That's been my favorite one there. One of the few ryes I do like is their Bib Rye. So if you haven't tried their Bib Rye, that's something that Gold Eagle will always have in stock, and if not, they should.
We
or
do.
They will soon because I know Whiskey Acres will be having an event there sometime soon. I really like that high rye bourbon a lot for the barrel pick. If you're talking about the one you missed out on being the toasted one, yeah, unfortunately that one's gone.
Yeah.
But that was real good.
The high rye bourbon is great.
I know they still have some in. I know they still have some in stock, and I am not 100% certain on this, but I know Bloody Butcher might be nixed from the SKUs coming up very soon, and I know there's still some at Gold Eagle on their website right now. So if you haven't had a chance to try their Red Corn Bloody Butcher, this might be one of the last years you can get it. So the problem is if you like it, too bad, so sad. If it's not your favorite, that's why they're moving on to it because everyone else is doing it. But I'm not sure. I'm not for certain. I just know there's not a lot of barrels, and the Bloody Butcher crop harvest was not good the last year I was there, and they weren't going to use the corn at all for whiskey. So
No,
the
we
7
do
year,
have-
the Bib Rye and the Bloody Butcher
Go
are
ahead.
3 that you can find on Gold Eagle right now. That I would go ahead and say, and the barrel pick as well.
Yeah, I was going to say we just have a couple cases left of last year's Bloody Butcher, and it was confirmed a month ago that this will be the last release this year of Bloody Butcher ever. And I think because of that, it's going to be very, very limited and sought after. So if you do want to get your hands on a Bloody Butcher, I would highly recommend doing it sooner rather than later. But yeah, Patrick, phenomenal comments. I love the feedback. I would also love to. We're giving shit away today. I would love to throw Glencairn in your package the next time you put an order in. Please reach out to me via our Instagram or Facebook, or put in your order comments that Jake said to throw in a Bourbon Matters Glencairn, and I will happily throw one into your order.
This
no
one's
charge.
Patrick though, right?
No, this is Jason.
This is Jason in Nebraska.
Oh,
We
Jason.
already gave
Sorry.
Patrick one.
Jason. Nebraska Jason.
Jesus.
Yeah, we got too many great comments going off tonight. But yeah, Nebraska Jason, put it in your order. Patrick already got one, Dan. Why are you shaking
I
your
said
head?
Patrick
It's all
got
good.
one. You were trying to give him another
We're-
one.
I know we're
Patrick,
hooking
you're gonna
everybody
get
up.
one
Like,
Glencairn.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is
Patrick,
it pays
you get one
off to
Glencairn.
give us.
If I win,
It pays off to give us good feedback. You know what? I get so many people in the store, and this is amazing, but I get so many people in the store that are like, oh, I listened to that last episode, loved it, or like, have questions about this episode. And like, they never leave comments on our stuff or like our stuff. So like our posts, like our comments, whatever, put your own comments, share the episodes. I know it like doesn't seem like it's making a big difference, but it really makes a big difference on the back end. The more shares and likes and comments that we get, the more YouTube and Spotify shows our content too. So we appreciate all the comments and likes and support.
Jason also said he really enjoys
Rant over.
our Beautiful in the Damn Old Orleans pick too.
Yeah, perfect.
Keep
Perfect.
telling people about that so
That's
it sells
gonna
out.
get low soon.
It's
They're gonna buy more
that
of it.
one's
Hopefully
that
they'll
one
buy
is
more.
going. Yeah, that one is going quicker than most barrel picks of that size go. Like it's one of those where people come back and they're like, "I need another bottle. I need another bottle."
Yeah, it's
Jake,
very
we have
good.
we have time for one more really quick one, and then we're gonna have to switch over as we got someone coming in for an interview.
We are.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have one more quick one, or are we good to?
That was the last one I had.
All right, perfect time to end. So I'm not going to make Jake give out a coupon code today. If he wants to, he can. But since he's given out a couple Glen Karens, I'm not going to force him to give something
Thank
else.
you.
He just told you if you want free stuff, how to get it. Jake, where can people find and buy whiskey online? Get it picked up for store. Get it shipped to most states, but Utah. Where can people go to find all that stuff?
goldeaglewine.com. Follow us on Facebook at Gold Eagle Spirits, Instagram at Gold Eagle Wine. See what we're getting delivered every day, see what our events are. We host some phenomenal tastings. And as always, the whole inventory is available on the internet. Buy it for pickup, delivery, or shipping if you're in one of the 40 lucky states that we ship to.
And Jake, if people want to see our stuff, listen to our stuff, and leave comments and get a chance to get free stuff when I make Jake give it away, where can they do that?
You can listen to us on Apple, Google, Spotify, or pretty much any other podcast platform. Watch us on Spotify and YouTube. Make sure you do what Jake said, like, subscribe, leave comments. Don't just come up to us in the store and tell us how much you like the episode. Like, follow, hit the notification bell. All that stuff does actually matter and helps. So, that being said,
Well, thanks to all our listeners
Thank
that help
you.
give us free content to use. We appreciate it. It gives us less time to think about things. So thank you so much for that.
Woo!
And to you guys, we will say cheers.
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 Wow, that was
That was terrible.
garbage.
Horrible.